I'm pissed off. And that's why the best day of my life was President Trump getting reelected to save lives.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind.
For the last 3.5 years, I wake up every morning pissed off about what this administration did to the most secure border in my lifetime.
I think yes.
I've worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Why do I care? I care because I stood in the back of a tractor trailer with 19 dead aliens that suffocated and baked to death, including a 5-year-old little boy.
Tom Homan is a savage sometimes, man. He gets straight to the point. That's the reason why I like him. He's no nonsense. He tells it like it is. He is not going to sugarcoat anything, which is what you really want. I would call him a politician, but he's not. But that's what you would want in a politician. I have a unique experience on this whole video in my former life. I actually worked on the southwest border for almost 2 years. I've seen the things that happen down on the southwest border when it comes to drug smuggling, human trafficking, and things like that. It is something that I don't really think people can fathom. And so normally I'm pretty lighthearted with these videos, but on this one, it might be a little bit more serious only because, yes, Tom Homan is definitely a savage, and I'm gonna love these videos, and they are funny. But at the same time, what he's talking about is a very serious issue. It's something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So without further ado, let's keep going.
Hey, look, they gave me 5 minutes to say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit.
I don't really care about offending people.
I don't care. I don't care.
How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make in this country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it in the country? How many billions of dollars did the cartels make? President Trump is one badass president. He secured the border at a level we've never seen before.
Do you want to build a wall?
And I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that's been released into the United States under this administration.
We're just getting started.
Don't get too comfortable. We're going to need some help. Do I have any volunteers that want to come back and help run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation?
Please be me, please be me, please be me.
In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House.
Guess who's back? Back again. Trump is back. Tell a friend.
He tells me we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
Booyakasha.
And unfortunately, this is something that each administration, when they come in, they change the rules a little bit. I worked under 3 administrations during my career with the federal government, and each time a new administration came in, the rules kind of changed for your job. So like for one administration, they might be like, hey, no, you're doing your job 100%. You're arresting this person, that person. I don't care. Go get them. And the second one might be like, well, we're going to kind of prioritize this person. We're not really going to look at those people over there. And it was extremely frustrating because you want to do your job. And unfortunately, you get hamstrung by politics. And listen, this used to not be a political issue, right? Back, even when I can remember back into the 90s, Democrats and Republicans both were anti-immigrant or anti-illegal immigration. And if you go and listen to old speeches of like Bill Clinton, and even to a lesser extent, maybe Barack Obama, they talk about how illegal immigration or illegal migration is affecting the United States in a negative way. Listen to Bernie Sanders. I remember speeches from him where he was like, we can't have open borders. And it's amazing how that flips, that narrative flips, depending on how the political tide is going. But the thing about it is, this really shouldn't be a political issue. This should be about national security and sovereignty. And this is what frustrates me the most about it, because most people are about tribe. They don't care really necessarily about the ins and outs of it. It's like, if my tribe is for this, and that's where I'm going. And if the other tribe is for this, then I'm opposite of that. And really, Democrats and Republicans shouldn't be on opposite sides of the fence, no pun intended, on this subject. It should be, hey, listen, we want legal migration. We want the best and brightest coming into our country. But at the same time, we have to shut down all the migration that's coming in through the southwest border. It's got to be done.
Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The
No, I don't think I will.
time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
It's really unfair.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between, please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
Bitch! You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
You keep that in mind.
And I think the frustration he had at the end there is reminiscent of the frustration that many American people have. When people get pulled in front of Congress, I liken it to like a WWE show, right? It's all for show. They go in front of Congress, they get yelled at by the opposite party that disagrees with them, and nothing happens. It's all theatrics. And if you notice, that's why he was getting so frustrated, because they don't actually want to hear responses, or they don't want to hear answers. It's all about getting the talking points out, getting your speech point out just perfectly. So it doesn't really have to do with substance. It's all about show. And that's why he's frustrated. And that's why the American people are frustrated. We're tired of people getting hauled in front of Congress and nothing changes, nothing gets done. It's all theatrics, and we're tired of it. That's why Trump 2024 happened, baby.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Surprised you didn't know that.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their...
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan, with
family.
all due respect,
I have spoken!
legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're in the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
And this is a prime example of politicians not caring about the proper procedure and laws that are in place. Now, granted, he repeated the code of law, which I don't expect Congress people to know every code of law. Mr. Homan obviously knew the specific one that he deals with on a regular basis. But the fact of the matter is, the people that are making the laws and the rules don't even know the law, the specific law. Like, you would think if you're going to be in front of like an immigration committee, you might want to know basic parts of the law, like it's illegal to enter the country without inspection. And this is what Mr. Homan alludes to. You can claim asylum, but you have to come to the port of entry. You have to come to an official inspection area of the United States. You can't just walk across the border and then on the back end make a U-turn and be like, oh, and by the way, I want asylum. Not to mention, a lot of Americans don't even realize how asylum actually works. It's an actually international issue. So if you want to claim asylum, so let's just say if you're from Portugal and you're receiving persecution in Portugal, asylum doesn't work by, okay, where do I want to go? I want to go to the United States, so I'm going to fly to the United States. No, you're supposed to go to the next neighboring country to seek asylum. Most of these people are passing through multiple safe countries and a lot of first world countries to come to the United States. And this is why the American people are getting fed up, because of the abuse. Everybody wants to come here. And listen, don't get me wrong. If I wasn't in the United States, I'd want to come here too. I want to give my family the life that I have now. But unfortunately, we cannot let everybody in here. And not everybody is a benefit to our society. So we have to sort through and sift through the people that we're going to allow in, right? So this asylum thing, it's been abused for the longest time, and that's why it really needs to stop.
Anthony Romero was saying that they're leading the charge to have cities not allow the federal government access to jails, to say that, oh, Tom Homan, you want to deport someone with a DUI? We're going to expunge their record so they no longer have a DUI and give them blanket amnesty.
Sounds good. Doesn't work.
The ACLU, this is what they said. Tom, did you see this clip?
No, but you're pissing me off.
No.
Did countries such as Venezuela take people out of prison and send them up here and, in fact, refuse to take them back?
Yes. In Venezuela, to this day, they're pushing back on taking return of those criminals. So President Trump already realizes he has to give a mandate to Venezuela saying, you will take these people back or you'll face consequences.
You'll find out what I'm going to do. You think I'm playing? We're talking about some gangs here. This is from Aurora. I've had the Aurora people here. You've been in this building.
Yes.
You've been to this building. You've talked to this resident. The mayor had a statement that contradicted itself within the statement that said there wasn't a problem here. We arrested 6 people there. Well, which was it? Was there a gang problem in this building?
Absolutely. There's a gang problem in that building. That entire neighborhood, there's a gang problem.
Yeah.
I was there. Put the community at great risk. But now they got a problem January 20th because my gang's bigger than their gang.
That's some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over.
Yeah, and I think another thing that people are getting fed up with is this two-tiered justice system. People break the law by coming in, then they're afforded all these benefits that American citizens may apply for or need, but they can't get. If an American citizen gets a parking ticket and doesn't pay for it, you're going to jail. You walk across the border as an illegal migrant, you're good to go. As a matter of fact, here's some EBT, here's some free housing, here's some spending money while you wander around the city doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's why the American people are kind of fed up with it. And listen, these people gotta go. They have to go. I'm sorry, but most of them are not seeking legitimate asylum. They all gotta go. Look at the amount of criminals we've let in. Look at the cities now. Look what happened in Aurora, Colorado. This is absolutely ridiculous. We're allowing violent criminals to come into our country, and then American citizens get unalived, and people are shocked. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the federal government should have some responsibility in compensating families for losing loved ones because they were murdered by illegal migrants. I think that would be a fair thing to have, because these people should not be here. And if they commit a violent crime against a citizen and they shouldn't even have been here, then the federal government is responsible for anything that happens. Just my opinion. And you know what's happening with all these criminals coming in? It's very similar to what happened in the 80s with the Mariel boat lift. Cuba emptied out its jails, wouldn't take any of the citizens back. A lot of people don't know this, but Venezuela has been doing the exact same thing. Not to as great a degree, but they have been doing the same thing. They have been emptying out their jails, telling the people they release to go to the United States, and that's what's been happening. Why do you think we have an influx of Venezuelan gang members coming in? But this is what happens when you have an open border to the extent that has never been seen in history. And people are shocked now all of a sudden when it's on their front doorstep, literally on their front doorstep. Now all of a sudden they see it's an issue. But hey, you know what the thing about it is though? I can't be too upset because maybe they thought it wasn't an issue. But now that it's gone to their doorstep, now they see it with their own eyes. Now every state is a border state. That's why President Trump got reelected. And that's why he got the popular vote, because people are seeing the negative effects of liberal policies.
Parting words for the outgoing borders are who was that? Oh yeah, it's Kamala Harris. Any words, sir, since you are taking her job?
Bye, bitch.
I'd like to thank her because I can't do anything but succeed because I'm following a massive failure. I can't lose.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care. Jerry.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
Hell yes.
What price do you put on national security? Is it worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Yup.
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
All right, y'all, and that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I hope you got something out of this one. This one, like I said, was near and dear to my heart. I used to work on the border. I've seen the terrible things that happen on that southwest border, and I don't want any young kids, any people to get hurt anymore coming through that border, and it's happening every day. So if you could please like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.